Hi everyone, it's Linnea for LDRS Creative, and I have an idea for a Christmas card that will take literally minutes. This card is quick and easy to make, and you can color customize this if you want, but I went with a pretty traditional color scheme. I'm using one of the new press plates from LDRS Creative. This one is the Merry Christmas Impression Press Plus Foil plate. So you can foil this if you have a hot foil machine, but I'm going to be using my Better Press platform to create a letter pressed image. Now remember that this is a press plate. This is not a normal die. This is quite a bit thicker than your wafer thin dies, so you do need a specialized platform to use this plate. I'm going to be using my Better Press platform, which is for letterpress techniques. I have a piece of LDRS Creative watercolor paper that I've trimmed down to 4 by 5 1/4, but I will be cutting this down further. I really just wanted it so that I could press that whole Merry Christmas press plate onto this background and decide from there how to trim it down. I'm going to tape this onto the lid of my platform. Then I'm grabbing my press plate and I'm just going to ensure that that's going to fit right in the center and my tape isn't in the way and it looks good. So I'll go ahead and get that press plate down onto my magnetic platform. I'm just liking to hold it in place and then kind of pop it down, and then I'll straighten that out with my fingers. I'm going to use some green LDRS Creative Hybrid ink to ink up this panel. I'm using olive branch ink. This is one of my favorite greens for most projects, but especially for holiday projects because it's that kind of yellow olivey green color, and I just really love this ink. So I'm going to go ahead and take my time and really ink up this press plate to make sure that all of those intricate designs are going to transfer onto my watercolor cardstock. Once I have that done, I'm going to grab my evergreen ink, which is a darker green, and I'm going to tap the edge of this here and there over this press plate. The difference in colors is very subtle on this press plate, but I think that it adds a nice touch. Once I have that ink in place, I will grab that top plate, press that into the little magnets on the four corners, and run this through my die cutting machine. Now remember, even though I'm putting this through my die cutting machine, remember that I am using a specialized platform to make this letterpress project. And here it is. This background would be perfect if you just want to create a clean and simple one-layer card. You can mix up the colors here. This would be great in kind of a blue-green color. But I'm going to cut this background down and layer it up on some simple pieces of cardstock to complete my card. I have the hand-torn rectangle dies. This is one of my go-to die sets from LDRS Creative. And I'm going to use the smallest die to cut this panel. I'll just tape that in place using some temporary adhesive and run this through my die cutting machine to get that smaller sized panel cut down. I also used that second largest die, the middle one, and I cut just a plain piece of white cardstock. And I have an A2 card base as well as a gold background that I'm going to use, and then a piece of green cardstock from my scrap cardstock drawer that I cut down that frames this piece perfectly. I'll layer all of these together using a mixture of liquid glue and foam adhesive, and that's it to this card. You could add some gems or something if you wanted to, but I wanted to keep this clean and simple and quite classic. This would be a great card for mass producing this holiday season, and the texture is absolutely stunning on this card. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye!